Hey everybody, Madeline Moon here from MaddieMoon.com. I'm making another video today. I know that in my last video I said I was going to make one every day for a month, but I realized it's really hard when you're also keeping up with creating a new program, responding to emails, writing blog posts for other people's websites, and doing podcasts. So I'm still going to try to do more videos, and I'm very quick to say that that was probably a far-fetched goal. And I'm still going to try to keep going at it, but just be patient with me and forgive me for not sticking with every single day already, because I already flopped at that. But today, I thought today's video would be really important to share. I wanted to create a video on extreme hunger in recovery from disordered eating or an actual eating disorder. And I think this is a really important topic to cover because it really freaks a lot of people out when you first start your healing process to realize that you want things that you haven't wanted in a long time. And it may feel like you are breaking down or destroying your belief system around food. You had these specific beliefs about certain foods that you cannot have or that are bad for you, or certain meal times that are appropriate, whereas other meal times are not appropriate to have food. Certain meal combinations might have been appropriate and other meal combinations would not be appropriate. And so you're starting to investigate these beliefs that you had for yourself, and you're starting to break them down, and you might even be enjoying it, and that's when it's really freaky. So after you start doing this for a while, your hunger may start to rev up. First of all, I want to say this is normal. This is normal. So normal. So if you're really scared right now because you're hungry all the time and you're trying to tell yourself that you're not hungry, or that your mind is just playing tricks on you, making you think you should eat all the food, but you really shouldn't eat all the food because you're going to be irresponsible if you eat all the food and you're going to gain weight and this is going to happen and this is going to happen. I want you to calm your mind and relax in this moment, because all the things you're worried about are not going to happen. Calm down. This is part of the process. This may even be crucial. This might even be key to your recovery, something you have to go through in order to get to the other side. This might be necessary for your journey. For some people, it's not. Some people might be like, hunger never really changed. Other people might feel ravenous. So this video is specifically for the people that are ravenous. Excuse me while I take off my jacket, because I'm sitting in my car and I do not have the AC on, and I'm realizing that I am really hot right now. Okay, thank you for being patient. So the first thing I want to talk about is the physical aspects of the ravenous hunger. So when you start eating less food, when you start eating a low-calorie meal plan or a low-calorie diet for extended periods of time, your body shuts off, basically shuts off your metabolism in certain aspects. Of course, you still have a metabolism. Of course, you still burn your food, but it's not as fast. So your heart rate might go down. Your body might work less hard to burn off or use calories that you're ingesting because it wants to save them. It's not sure when it's going to get its next meal because, primarily speaking, your body doesn't know you're on a diet. It doesn't know that you're restricting yourself from eating food out of recreational motivation. It thinks that maybe you're just going through a period of famine and you need to save your calories. So instead of burning a high amount of calories while you're at rest, you're burning a very low amount of calories at rest. So it's all about conserving energy. Your body is conserving energy when you're eating less food. So when you start to eat food again and you're starting to eat more food and you're eating more calories, your body is going to do this. It's going to go, oh my gosh, the famine is over. I found some food. I want to eat it all right now because I don't know when I'm going to starve again. That's probably what your body is saying. It's saying, oh my gosh, let's eat all the food, and that's why you feel hungry. Your body is giving you signals saying, continue to eat the food, continue to eat the food. We need more food. And so this could go on for a long period of time. This might not be just like a week-long thing. This could be months of your body just, wow, finally I have food. I want to eat it all before it's gone again. So allow yourself to go through this period where you start eating the food. More chances than not, your body's going to find ways to burn it off. So I wouldn't worry that everything you're eating is just going to sit in your body and not be used, because your body's going to want to burn it off. It's going to want to use it. Your energy will probably increase. Or you could have really bad energy because of all the new foods you're eating, because you're tired, because your body is relaxing and resting. Sometimes whenever your body is actually going through recovery, you're going to want to rest. You're going to be tired. Your body's not going to be running on stress and high cortisol anymore. So it's going to be recovering. So you could be really tired. Every body is different. I went through a very extreme period of being tired and being very hungry. And I had to calm down and relax through it all. Because if I allowed myself to get stressed out, then my cortisol would spike, and the whole point of eating in a loving state went out the window. So that's really important during this journey as well. So you could have the physical aspects of ravenous hunger, where you're just really feeling hungry and you can't control it because it's not in your mind, it's in your body. Your body wants more food. Eat the food. I'm telling you, the more you resist eating the food, the worse off it'll be. You want to eat the food during this time period. And rest assured, knowing that it's not going to be like this forever, you will finally get to a point where you're not as hungry. You're not going to be wanting food as much. You're not going to be thinking about food as much. But be patient and wait for that time to come when it's time for that. You can't force that to happen. The other thing I would like to point out is the mental aspect of the ravenous hunger. If you haven't been allowing yourself to have certain foods for a while, mentally, you're probably going to want to think about them, and you're going to obsess thinking about them until you have them. That is also normal. So if you have been avoiding meat for a very long time, or solid foods because you only eat smoothies because you think that's the only healthy thing out there, or if you haven't had anything processed for years, or cheese or burgers or white carbs, if those are all things you haven't had in a while and you finally allow yourself to have them, you might be thinking about them a lot more, and you may be hungry for those specific things because you haven't had them in forever. So the mindset and the way that your mind is experiencing its own extreme hunger could definitely be a part of your journey as well. And that's okay, because the foods that have had this precedence in your mind about being bad foods or off-limit foods, now they have so much more, I would say, power because you're allowed to have them. So they may be the one thing you're thinking about the most, and maybe you need to have that food a few times in a day to finally not have this lust for the food, I guess that would be the right word, so that you don't have a lust for a certain type of food, and it kind of loses its power. So at first it might have its power. It might be something in your mind that was always very seductive because I can't have that chocolate cake because what is it going to do to my body? It's a bad food, it's off limits. Then you finally change your mindset and you start to eat it, and you see that you're alive, you're still living, you're still a woman, you're still a man, you still are whatever you are. After you started eating it, nothing has changed, and then you're like, wow, well, I want more, and I want more, and I want more, and then you get really hungry for that specific food. And it could also be called a craving. You may be having cravings for certain foods you haven't had in a long time. Your body is catching up with the foods. It wants the foods once more now that it knows it can't have the foods. So for some people, it may be like weeks or months where you just want to have everything salty and crunchy or everything sweet and packaged, and you have to allow yourself the opportunity to have whatever you want without judgment. And I know some people might say, well, Madeline, that's crazy and that's unhealthy. Well, maybe that's healthy for your mindset. Maybe your mind needs to know that you are in control. The food's not in control. Because maybe up until now, you thought you were in control, but it was really the food controlling you. And now you breaking down these judgments you have about specific foods is showing you that you are now going to be in control. But it could take some time. It really could. It could take you a while to finally not feel like chocolate cake is the bad food. It might take practice of you eating the chocolate cake to realize that it's not the evil that you thought it was. It really doesn't do that much for your body. Maybe you even realize that you don't even really like chocolate cake. You like something else, but you need that time period of experimentation and no shame towards yourself for how you're eating. So whenever you're eating all these foods, don't have this shame saying, I can't believe I'm going through this. I have to go through this ravenous hunger in order to get to the other side. This is ridiculous. I hate this. I can't believe I have to do this. I bet other people don't have to do this. That Instagram person I follow doesn't have to do this. Why do I have to do this? And all those thoughts just keep going in your mind and driving you crazy when all your body really wants is to eat. and to eat knowing that the food won't disappear tomorrow and you're not going on a diet tomorrow, but you have to prove your body wrong. Your body thinks that it's going on a diet tomorrow. You have to show your body that's not going to happen by eating the food. And if you go back on a diet the next day after starting to eat the food again, then you'll just be proving your body right. You know, that's why it was binging in the first place, because it thought it would never have the food back. So you have to keep practicing. You have to keep feeding your body the food that it's asking for when it's asking for it. And trust me that you will get to a point of normalcy. It may take a while, but you have to practice it starting now. So when you feel hungry, choose foods that you want. Choose foods you know are going to nourish you, whether it's your heart or your mind or your soul. Choose foods that will nourish you in some way. If you don't want to eat something, don't eat it. If you're tired of green beans because they remind you of your dieting days, don't eat them, because I can't eat green beans. I can't stand green beans because they remind me of my competition days. If you don't want to eat something processed, but you feel like you should eat it because it's part of the recovery journey, don't eat it. Only eat things that make you feel good, that you're craving, that you're desiring, and eat until you are full. Find out the foods that really satiate you, that really satisfy you, and eat those foods. If you enjoyed this video, head on over to maddiemoon.com, M-A-D-D-Y, maddiemoon.com, and download your free book, 10 Proven Steps for Ending Any Diet Obsession. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time.